your Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. Richa Chadha has now been, in fact, facing backlash online for mocking India's Galwan martyrs in response to Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi's comments. Responding to a post on the statement of intent, Chadha wrote, Galwan says hi. Bollywood actor Richa Chadha has been forced to apologize after facing criticism for insulting and mocking the Indian Army in her latest tweet. This comes after the actor reacted to the statement of Northern Army Commander that the Indian Army is ready to take back the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The actor also locked her Twitter account after social media users started trolling her for insulting and mocking the security forces. A complaint has been filed against Bollywood actor Richa Chadha on Thursday over an outrageous tweet insulting and mocking the Indian Army and specifically the Galwan martyrs. Supreme Court advocate Vinny Jindal has filed a complaint against Richa Chadha, stating that the Bollywood actor has mocked the sacrifice of the Indian Army soldiers at the Galwan Valley. All out anger across nation against Richa Chadha for outrageous posts mocking India's Galwan martyrs. The filmmaker Ashok Pandit has also filed a complaint against the Bollywood actor.
आप इस तरीके से मजाक नहीं उड़ा सकते सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस का। आप ये कहना चाह रही हैं कि हमारी हैसियत ही नहीं है सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस की कि वो पीओके को अपने साथ लें और वो लड़ाई जंग जीते। तो आपको तो हक ही नहीं बनता है सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस के बारे में। और ये सिर्फ सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस जो जिन्होंने जाने दिए हैं, जो प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं हमारे हम लोगों को, पूरे देश को, आपको, ये उनके लिए नहीं, ये बेइज्जती उनके परिवार की भी है, क्योंकि उनके परिवार ने जो है वो अपने घर का एक लाल खोया हुआ है। तो मैं और अपील भी करता हूँ हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से, टेलीविज़न इंडस्ट्री से कि पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे कम से कम आकर ये भद्दे मजाक को कंडेम करें, ताकि लोग हम पर उंगली ना उठाएं और उनका जो रोष है हमारी इंडस्ट्री के खिलाफ वो जस्टिफाई ना हो पाए।
An unprecedented diktat by the New Delhi Jama MASJID administration has sparked controversy. Delhi's Jama MASJID has decided to bar the entry of women without men inside the mosque premises. Now, the development comes after Jama MASJID administration issued an order prohibiting the entry of solitary or groups of women in the mosque. Very shocking move. A notice was put out outside Delhi's Jama MASJID. According to the notice, entry of women who are alone and women in groups banned in Jama MASJID. Soon after the controversial diktat of Delhi's Jama MASJID, VHP has lambasted the Masjid Authority. VHP leader has stated that the Masjid Authority must learn from the ongoing anti-hijab protest in Iran.
भारत की लगभग 20% बेटियों को जो लोग 3 तलाक, हलाला, हिजाब और काले बोरे में कैद करने की मानसिकता की ठेकेदारी करते हैं, वो लोग उन बेटियों को मदरसा में भेजने की तो वकालत करते हैं जो इस्लामिक सेक्स गैंग के अड्डे बन रहे हैं, लेकिन मस्जिद में लट्ठ लेके खड़े हो जाते हैं कि नहीं, मस्जिद में लड़की या लड़कियों को के अकेला दाखिला मना है। भारत को सीरिया बनाने की मानसिकता पाले।
Days after the assembly polls in Gujarat, BJP has escalated its campaign and deployed Top Gun in the poll-bound state. PM Modi is on a 2-day visit to the state.
नरेंद्र भाई तुम आगे बढ़ो, नरेंद्र भाई तुम आगे बढ़ो, नरेंद्र भाई तुम आगे बढ़ो।
While campaigning in Gujarat, in fact, campaign in Gujarat has Nadda, JP Nadda speaking exclusively to Republic TV's Ashura Kapoor has dismissed the Aam Aadmi Party factor.
कर लिया, एक तरफा है। इतने साल ऐश्वर्य भाई, मैं इतने साल से राजनीति का कार्यकर्ता के रूप में काम कर रहा हूँ। यह चुनाव एक तरफा दिख रहा है। मुझे तो कार्यकर्ताओं को बोलना पड़ रहा है कि भाई एकदम तुम कॉम्प्लेसेंट मत हो जाना। आप आ रही है ये वो, इनका रिकॉर्ड क्या है? ये बैनर बेस्ड पार्टी है, ये एडवर्टीजमेंट बेस्ड पार्टी है।
The startling unfolding of events now. Startling unfolding of events, Mangaluru blast probe has taken an interesting turn as the sources have said that the central agencies are now probing the funding behind the blast. Reports say the Sharik and his handlers used a cryptocurrency and dark web to make transactions and receive funds online for blasts in Shimoga and Mysuru. Sharik, who used multiple Aadhaar cards, traded in bitcoins and received funding online from the Middle East. The Delhi High Court issued a notice to Vijay Nair and Hyderabad-based businessman Abhishek Bonpalli on CBI plea challenging a trial court order granting them bail. Both Vijay Nair and Abhishek Bonpalli are key accused in Delhi liquor scam controversy. PM Modi lauded the Goa government in its step toward providing jobs to the youth via the distribution of appointment letters to the new recruits. The Prime Minister said that the step will strengthen the Goa police, further enhancing the convenience of the people, especially tourists. Lieutenant General Asim Munir was on Thursday appointed as a new Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan, ending weeks of intense speculation, political tussle in the country. General Bajwa, 61 years old, is slated to retire next week after a 3-year extension. The State Investigation Agency has conducted raids in Kishtwar area of the Jammu and Kashmir area. The raids in connection with Pakistan's module of terror recruitment using cyberspace and providing logistic support to terrorists. Now, the SIA, Jammu and Kashmir Police, CRPF and Army were also part of those raids. Telangana Minister Malla Reddy booked for snatching laptop, mobile phone and other evidences from income tax officer. On Tuesday, income tax officials had conducted raids at various locations, including the residence of State Minister Malla Reddy in Secunderabad. Incident of firing upon a woman was reported in Murlipura PS area of Rajasthan, Jaipur. Now, the victim has now been admitted to a hospital and her condition is stable. According to Rajasthan police, a complaint has been filed against her in-laws. It has come to the knowledge that their relatives were unhappy with the marriage. A huge package has been dropped in Samba sector of Jammu and Kashmir via drone from Pakistan. The consignment found in Swanka area of Vijaypur. Security personnel rushed to the spot and recovered IED, pistols and 9 packets of cash. Fugitive diamond merchant NIRAV Modi has now filed an application in the High Court in London seeking permission to appeal against its extradition order in the Supreme Court. A 51-year-old diamond heir lost an appeal on mental health grounds earlier this month when a 2-judge High Court bench ruled that his risk of suicide was not such that it would be either unjust or oppressive to extradite him to India to face charges of fraud and money laundering in the estimated $2 billion Punjab National Bank loan scam case. High Court of Gujarat has pulled up Gujarat government. The court has stated that the government needs to do a thorough check of all bridges and to do a survey on the condition of bridges. They're also to submit the fitness certification for the bridges, and the procedure for maintenance will also to be filed before the High Court. Mamata Banerjee-led TMC government in West Bengal has been facing the heat over the disparity in DA of the state government employees. The government employees have now staged mega protests in the streets of Kolkata. Delhi court has deferred the hearing of the alleged money laundering case involving actress Jacqueline Fernandez and conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar's case for December 12th. The actress had appeared at the Patiala House Court today in the morning hours for a hearing in the 200 crore money laundering case involving conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Governor Koshyari will leave for Delhi on November 24th afternoon and return on November 25th. He is expected to meet the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, and Home Minister Amit Shah. Meghalaya CM has now led a cabinet delegation, will now meet Amit Shah. And yesterday, the CM had met the family members of the victims of the firing that took place along the Assam-Meghalaya border. UP CM Yogi Adityanath to visit Prayagraj to address a gathering at the parade ground and facilitate tourists attending month-long Kashi Tamil Sangamam being held in Varanasi. Assam government has requested the central government for a CBI probe into firing incident in the area called Mukhro along the Assam-Meghalaya border. The CBI probe demand comes a day after 6 people were killed in the firing incident. Even as the row over Richa Chadha's taunt controversy continues, Bollywood fraternity chooses to remain silent. Not a single Bollywood representative has commented on the issue. Meanwhile, Richa has refused to apologize. In fact, she has now put a statement out, and she has said that she did not mean the tweet of her mocking India's martyrs. Meanwhile, the Muslim cleric have supported the move. They have put their argument that taking selfies and pictures inside the prayer room affects the sanctity of a place. Hence, this decision of saying that single women cannot go inside Jama MASJID has been made.
वो मस्जिद इबादत की जगह है। खाना काबा के अंदर औरतें आती हैं, बाहिजाब आती हैं और मस्जिदें शबी हैं खाना काबा की, अल्लाह के घर की। मगर जो इमाम साहब ने यानी जनाब अहमद बुखारी साहब ने जो बयान जारी किया है और जो मेरे इल्म में आया है कि लड़के और लड़की अकेले आते हैं और आके वो वहाँ मस्जिद के अंदर सेल्फ़ी लेते हैं और मस्जिद के अंदर घंटों बैठे रहते हैं और प्यार और मोहब्बत की बातें किया करते हैं। तो मस्जिद अल्लाह का घर है। जो उन्होंने इसके अंदर बयान दिया है कि अपने वालिदैन के साथ आएँ, अपने बुज़ुर्गों के साथ आएँ, नमाज़ पढ़ने आएँ, ये बात बिल्कुल सही है। मैं इसकी भरपूर तरीके से तायद करता हूँ।
A shocking abuse of power by the MLS workers slapped the manager of a hotel in Navi Mumbai for not playing Marathi songs. Former Karnataka CM and Janata Dal secular leader H.D. Kumaraswamy stated that his party is open to electing a Muslim leader. State's chief minister of his party comes to power in the upcoming 2023 assembly elections. He further added that Muslims are also an integral part of the society and they're also Kannadiga. The big achievement for the Indian Navy, the second ship of the Project 15B stealth-guided missile destroyers that was built in the Shipbuilders Limited of Mazgaon was delivered to Indian Navy today. The contract for 4 ships of Project 15B was signed on January 28 in the year 2011. The backdrop of the current Russia-Ukraine crisis, UN Security Council members have appealed to Russia to stop attacking Ukraine after Moscow recently unleashed a new missile onslaught on Ukraine's battered energy grid, robbing cities of power, some of the water and public transport too. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Russia's permanent UN Security Council said was effectively empty as no one in the world wants to hear Russia lies. Having urged the body to reform the veto power, the president has further told Ukrainians that up to 11 regions of the country had been plunged into complete darkness. With over 30,000 cases, China's daily COVID tally has hit a record high, although numbers are relatively small when compared with China's vast population of 1.4 billion. Under Beijing's strict zero-COVID policy has caused fatigue and resentment among the many areas of the population, sparking sporadic protests and hitting productivity in the world's second-largest economy. More rescuers and volunteers have been deployed in devastated areas on Indonesia's main island of Java to search for the dead and missing from an earthquake that killed at least 271 people. The death toll was likely to rise, with many people still missing, some remote, devastated areas still unreachable, and more than 2,000 people injured in Monday's 5.6 magnitude earthquake. 10 days after 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death in their rooms, police have said that they still have not identified the suspect and found a murder weapon, and they continued asking for tips and surveillance videos. As the family members of the victims still await justice, police authorities continue to promise that they are doing their best for a breakthrough. The alleged shooter facing possible hate crime charges in the fatal shooting of 5 people at a Colorado Springs gay nightclub was ordered held without bail in an initial court appearance on Wednesday as the suspect sat slumped over in a chair. Extending apology, suspect's father has said that there is no excuse for the going and the killing of people. The World Health Organization's European director spoke out against Russia's strikes on Ukrainian healthcare facilities as he toured several hospitals in the city as well. China's expanding virus lockdowns, including in a central city where factory workers clashed this week with police as a number of COVID-19 cases hit a daily record. Workers in parts of Beijing were loudly building metal barricades to keep people in their apartment complexes. People can only be seen going out to buy food or get medical treatment. When coming or going almost anywhere, people need to show and scan their health QR codes. The National Monetary Fund has asked China to ramp up its COVID-19 vaccinations while stressing the need to recalibrate the strategy to deal with the virus to address challenges arising from the property sector. Showing and the slowing global demand, and this recommendation came just after an annual review of China's economic policy, which saw virtual discussions between IMF and the several senior policy officials on reform progress and challenges and policy responses. Indonesian President Joko Widodo said that the focus for rescuers would now remain on evacuating, finding dozens of people who are still missing from Monday's earthquake that killed at least 271 people. He has stated that steep conditions, rain, aftershocks, and an unstable ground were making search efforts difficult in the mountainous district. Wales striker Kiefer Moore opined about the Iranian players not singing the national anthem as a sign of protest for the current political situation in their country.
Yeah, it's we all believe in stuff, and it's something they've believed in and believe strongly to represent as a nation. That's a credit to them.
The trials are over at the APP World Tour event, and the world pros got to show off their skills for real. The new men's and women's world champion will be announced soon.
Today is I advance to next round 3. Good waves. I like this wave. Same in my city, Santos. It's right, good ride. I like this. And keep going to the next round to advance.
The Arizona Cardinals have now fired offensive line coach and run game coordinator Sean Kugler. Cardinals haven't not confirmed the dismissal, but the coach was no longer listed on the team's website.
Yeah, obviously he's been relieved of his duties, as you've seen, but out of respect to the ongoing process, it's really limited on what I can say, and so I'll just leave it with that.
Dutch midfielder Davy Klaassen says he's backed Germany following their protest during the team photo ahead of their World Cup match with Japan.
I think it's a nice variation on the armband. I think it's a good statement, a statement that we share with the 7 countries, and yeah, I think was a good way to do it.
Terry Rozier scored 9 of his 22 points in the final 5 minutes as the Charlotte Hornets now rallied past Philadelphia 76ers 107-101 on Wednesday night in a matchup of injury-riddled teams.
Set his man up nicely to go back.
Kyrie Irving did not shy away from praising Ben Simmons' current form. He added that according to him, Ben is currently the best shooter in the world.
Stats prove it right now. He's the best in the world, best shooter in the best league in the world right now. So, we just want him to remain confident and shoot the opportunities that he gets out there. He makes the game a lot easier for us, and when you have guys that are willing to sacrifice their body night to night, you want to reward them, especially when they're shooting the ball well.
Jose Mourinho said Japan's stunning 2-1 victory over Germany in the World Cup opener was not a crazy surprise because he believes the current crop of European players are focused too much on the individual and not the team.
I think at this moment in European football there is a big focus on the individual, a big focus on egos, and when I look to your profile as people, your profile as country, I never coached Japanese players, but I coached Asian players. In my case, I was lucky because I coached the best Asian player, and I understand that the mentality is really special. It's really, the team is the most important thing. People plays for the team, they don't play for themselves.
Panthers took advantage of 7 power play chances by scoring 3 goals with a man advantage, including 2 in the second period, and beat the Bruins 5-2. Williamson had a season-high 32 points along with 11 rebounds, and the Pelicans never trailed while handling the Spurs their 6 straight loss, 129-110 in last night's game. And USA and Arsenal goalkeeper Matt Turner has termed England as favourites to elevate the FIFA World Cup trophy in Qatar. USA are set to lock horns with England of their Group B match on November 26th.
Look forward to the chances to compete against your peers. Obviously friends off the field, and then when you get onto the pitch, it's full focus for 90 minutes. Some very talented players on the team, favorites to win the tournament. So it's going to be a big challenge. It's going to take tremendous focus, but we're looking forward to it.